Hello and welcome back to my channel on the 7th of January 2017. Lovely results at group this morning, and before I go into my weight loss or gain result, I'll tell you I won 2 raffle prizes. I actually was very kind and put the second one back. Firstly because I felt it was too greedy to take 2, and secondly because it was Frylight and I wouldn't touch the stuff with a barge pole, but that's only my opinion. We were told at group this morning, if you're using the olive oil Frylight, it's not for spraying into your pans. Apparently that's what's ruining people's pans. The olive oil one is for a different kind of cooking. I think it's for roasting. So it says on the bottles apparently, so that was news. But the prize I did take was an egg boiler. And as we already have one, I'm thinking of passing it on somewhere in the future. Maybe to one of you. We'll see. Right, my result this week was exactly what I had worked towards and hoped for, and it was a maintain. So again, I think that's 3 weeks now, maintaining a loss of £170 and sitting £2 under target at 9 stone 12. And I'm comfortable, happy and satisfied with that result. And I felt it was the result I deserved. I've been 100% on plan. I've had 1 or 2 A choices each day, and I've had 2 B choices each day, and between 5 and 10 sins, but averaging around the 7.5 each day. So great result, really happy. I want to bring a couple of products to you today that I've found and I'm quite excited by. Now, I've been talking about changing the way I use Muller Lite yogurts and not depending on them too much, for fear that the coffee ones that I really enjoy, which are limited edition, will disappear and leave me up the creek without a paddle. But hey ho, went into Sainsbury's this week and they have these. A 6-pack of the New Shape yogurts. Now I have a question that you may be able to help me with. In this pack there are 2 vanilla with dark chocolate sprinkles, which I know are free. There are 2 orange with dark chocolate sprinkles, which I'm sure are free. But there are also 2 of the new caramel with dark chocolate sprinkles, which really appeal to me. But nobody seems to know whether they're free or not. Now, I had assumed because they were in a pack with 2 free yogurts that they would be. But Naomi pointed out to me that that's not necessarily the case, because there is a vanilla one with, is it cherries, Joe, at the bottom?
Some sort of
fruit at the bottom, which is in a multi-pack with 2 other free yogurts, and that one is not free. So does anybody out there know, is the new caramel flavour with dark chocolate sprinkles truly free?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Joe's found it while I'm speaking.
Muller Lite smooth caramel yogurts sprinkled with dark chocolate, 165 gram pot, free.
There you go. Now, isn't that a little cheeky move? They've reduced them by 5 grams. They used to be 170 gram pots. Is that because of the New Shape, I wonder, and is that why they've done it? To keep the price the same, but reduce the size. A lot of people are doing that. This 6-pack currently, as of yesterday in Sainsbury's, is £2 instead of £3, which is a good deal. Now I have some here that are open to show you the shape and size of them, and the fact that they do come fastened together, which makes them a lot easier to carry when you've got a bag full of shopping. They do multi-packs of different flavours.
You don't get that awful cardboard tray anymore.
Oh yeah, the cardboard tray that they sort of just always fell out of when they were in your shopping bag. So that's gone. The packaging is a lot better. So I'd recommend trying those. The single ones currently in Sainsbury's are 50p each, but they're the old shape. So I guess they're going to be moving over and changing over. Something else we found in Sainsbury's yesterday are, is that the right way around?
Other way, sorry.
Butternut squaffles. Now, I've just opened these so I can show you one. Excuse me using my fingers, but it's only me that's going to be eating them later. But they are, I don't know if you can see, does that show clearly?
Let's hold it a bit closer.
Joe, you can have that one. I won't put that one back in the bag.
That's kind of what they look like.
These are butternut squash waffles. And they're also doing a butternut squash crinkle cut chip, which is, I mean, you could make crinkle cut chips out of these because you could just cut them across, make your own crinkle cut chips. But of course, free on the plan and speed. And I believe
They do plenty of things like that as well, though, don't they? They do the butternut squash noodles.
boodles.
Yeah, the boodles. They do the beetroot rice, cauliflower rice, broccoli rice.
Courgette.
Yeah.
So in Sainsbury's, the
They've got
range
really
of
good
these
range.
kind of things, which are generally speed foods on our plan, are increasing weekly. And when we've found new stuff in there this week, new vegetables in there this week, we were looking at okra yesterday, because, you know, it's always good to have something new, something different, especially when, if you're like me, you base your food around your vegetables first. So yeah, nice results. We've had some good shopping in Sainsbury's this week. We bought the yellowfin tuna, which was on my food diary video on Wednesday. And when I look at the price of this, I mean, okay, £6 for 2 tuna steaks. It's no dearer than buying decent meat, and it just adds a bit of variety into my food plan, and that's what I'm looking for every day. I want variety. I want to be able to add things to my special food list of foods that I love and enjoy to keep me on this plan. I cannot risk getting bored. If I get bored with what I'm eating, if I eat the same thing every day, I'd start to slide. I know what I'm like. So trying to stay on top of it and bring in more variety. As usual, I've given Joe a little list of things I need to remember to speak about because my memory is crap. Absolutely crap at the moment. I'm hoping with the sunshine it might come back. Okay, Joe, what's my next topic?
Well, have you done your result?
Oh yeah, my results were maintained. I've said that. My mileage this week for walking was 57.74 and loved every moment of it in my new shoes. So they're to be recommended. New Balance Minimus. And Joe discovered this week that if you order from the website, which you have to because they're not on sale in shoe shops, if you enroll or sign up for their newsletter, you get 15% off your first order. And that's nothing linked to us, that's for everybody who goes to the New Balance website. And I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them, and I don't accept free shoes from them. It's just that this is a product I found that really works for me. So, yeah, next.
Milk.
When I did my food diary last week, I spoke about the fact that I used Cortados from Costa, a coffee for 5.5 cents, as an A choice. Now, I think Eva G had picked it up on my website a while ago that I was slipping into drinking full fat milk and kindly kind of highlighted it for me. And I was aware I was doing it, but I wasn't aware that it was becoming a problem. And because we go into Costa sometimes 5, 6, even 7 times a week, doing this on a regular basis wasn't the wisest thing. It was giving me a taste for creamy coffees. And I had to acknowledge it, take ownership of it, and I've had to change it. Because having a taste for full fat creamy coffees, even if they're only this big, isn't wise for me. Might be okay for other people, doesn't work for me. Because my favourite coffee is strong black coffee with a good dose of cream and a spoon of sugar. And if I start leaning towards full fat milk in coffee, the next step is cream. The next step to that is cream and sugar. The next step to that is weight gain, because I've got a taste for fatty food again. So for me today, I have to be aware of these things, and that has had to stop. And hence why I've been drinking more tea, excuse me, specifically mint or licorice teas on my food diaries and on a daily basis. I did say on one of my food diaries I'd tried the Teapig popcorn tea, and I'm coming back to you to say I wouldn't recommend that one. It's toasted rice, and that is exactly what it tastes like. I don't know where popcorn comes into it. I don't know whether I expected it to taste or smell like Butterkist. It doesn't. I've had one tea bag out of the bag and I won't be having any more. It's not to my taste. That's not to say you shouldn't try it if you fancy that idea. But it is a sort of, I think, Japanese leaning towards toasted rice. It smells nice, but it tastes like toasted rice, and that's not to my taste. So that's just a simple review of that, because it's nice if I try things, I think, to come back with whether I enjoyed them or not, and I didn't enjoy that. Okay, next.
Free foods with S.
At group this morning, and I'm sure it will have been happening in most other groups too, we had the new beginners talk because we had a really big influx of newcomers. And I don't think it does us any harm at all to hear these things again and again. And I know for me this morning, I've had an awakening because it's made me look at the plan in an entirely different way. And yet I have heard this new beginners talk on numerous occasions. Why didn't I ever hear it this way before? Maybe you'll think, because you don't listen, maybe you'll think I've always heard it that way. But for me this morning, it was like kicking the pants. As Naomi says, the food is made up of 3 actual entities. Now, it's made up of 1, which is free food, 2, which is healthy extras, an A and a B, and 3, which is sins. Now, when I've talked about plan regularly on my channel, I've described it as made up of 4 parts, like a 4-leaf clover. 1, free food, 2, speed food, 3, healthy extras, 4, sins. I've been wrong. And I'm not ashamed to say so because I've learned something. It's a 3-leaf clover, if you want to look at it that way. But within free food, which is the bigger part of this plan, there are foods that carry an S symbol for speed, or a P symbol for protein, or even an F symbol for fibre, but we don't need to go into it that deeply. Looking back, as I've just done before I'm doing this video, at my food diary for this week, yes, the vast majority of the food I eat, in fact 80% of what I eat, which I think is correct, is from the free food section. But I always focus on what carries an S symbol because that works best for me. I don't do rice and pasta because it bloats me. And it bloats me badly, and it gives me bellyache, and it makes me constipated, so why would I go there? I've learned over the 17 or 18 months I've been with Slimming World, that bit doesn't work well for me. The vast majority of the free food I eat has an S symbol or a P symbol. That's not to say I follow the SP plan, because I don't. Because I would say 9 out of every 10 of my meals is EE. So where I might have a lot of speed veg and I might have a tuna steak with it, the other part of my meal will generally be just the basic free food, as in, you know, the beetroot potato mash or sweet potato or similar, or vegetables that aren't speed, like parsnips or sweet corn. So for me today it was a real awakening because it made me look at this plan as a 3-part plan. Also looking back at my food diary for this week, because I do keep a 7-day food diary which I then wipe off on a Saturday and start again, Saturday being day 1. Looking back at it this week, the only free food I've eaten that hasn't had an S or a P symbol has been Muller Light yogurts. I've had 4 this week, sweet corn and sweet potatoes.
And a little bit of potato.
And a little bit of potato in my beetroot mash. But that was sinned anyway, so it would have come under the sin section, wouldn't it? Because that was actually 1.5 sins. But thanks for that, Joe. So it was potato.
I'm sorry to pick you up on that.
No, that's fine. So yeah, what works for me, and I can only talk about me because only me working this plan and getting these results, there's only me who actually inhabits this body and the way it reacts. What works for me is that the vast majority of my food this week has come from free food marked with a speed symbol, the S symbol. What frustrates me is the fact that the app, the wonderful Slimming World app, doesn't give enough information on this. I had last night a small tin of peas pudding. Now peas pudding is only made from yellow split peas, which are a protein in their dried form, turmeric and smoked paprika. But if I put it into the app, it comes up as a free food. It doesn't come up with an S symbol. And I thought, well, maybe it's not. So we put frozen carrots into the app.
No, what we did after that, we put split peas in.
Oh yeah, we put split peas in.
And
Split
they're a pea
in a
food.
dry form, they're a pea food, they're a protein food. But then to check on the app and the way it works, we put in frozen carrots. And I know frozen carrots are a speed food. But if you put in frozen carrots on the app, they come up as a free food. Now for anybody like myself who's been working this plan for a while, I know that carrots in any form are a speed food. But if you were new today, would you know that off the top of your head? Would you have been living this programme long enough to understand the difference between a free food and a free food with a speed symbol? I wish the app would clearly define things like that, just to make it easy, so that when you're in Sainsbury's or Morrison's or Aldi and you're checking things on your app, it actually shows you. You know, I could stand there and we were looking at okra, as I said the other day. Now I'm assuming Joe will check that okra or lady's fingers are a speed food. But it would be nice to just be able to put it into the app and check that. Can you just do that, Joe? See if it comes up?
The thing is, it will. The app's just really not the best.
No, I think maybe Slimming World, please, if anybody
It shows as like a free food result. Sorry, my phone's probably going to go off with some alarms. I've just turned the Wi-Fi on.
So okra shows as a free food. Yes?
Okra free food results. Okra free.
But
I couldn't tell you if it's a speed or not, but I would have thought it would
I'll
be
be 99% sure that okra would be speed.
Let me go get your book. Where's your book?
On my bed, I think. Yeah. That's another thing while Joe's just going to get my current book. The new book is out at Group, so anybody beginning today will get the very latest book. Now, if you are a member and you want to update your book, I believe I'm right in saying that for £10 you can buy the latest book. If you're a Target member, for £5 you can buy the latest book. And of course that carries all the latest information about alcohol, because Naomi was sharing with us today from the new book that 250ml glass of 13% proof wine is 11.5 Sims. The lady sitting next to me nearly fainted. Bless her, she likes the wine. We had a good laugh about that. But, you know, if you want the latest book, even though you can still keep your old book for your weight record, it might be worth thinking about investing in. I think I'm going to next week. I think I'm going to buy a new book. Okra.
Right, okra is... In the book it's got even more definitions. It's C, which I guess is calcium, F, which is fibre, and S, which is speed. But on the app, it just shows, on the app on the phone, it just shows it as a free food. It doesn't show it as a speed food. And I'm not sure about on the laptop, because my laptop's just died.
Right. So when you're looking at things like this, if you're in the supermarket, and a lot of people, you do see a lot of people in the supermarket checking this stuff, I get the urge to go up to them and say...
You're not going to take your laptop with you, are you?
No, but I get the urge to go up to them and say, you're doing Slimming World, you know. But if you're in the supermarket and you're using the app on your smartphone to check these things, be aware you don't get all the information, because there you see, I would have said off the top of my head, okra will be a speed food. Never thought about the fact that it has calcium and fibre.
Sort it out, Slimming World.
Please sort it out, Slimming World.
It's 21st century.
Yeah, we need more information. We really need more information, especially on our smartphones, because that's what we carry with us. Like Joe says, he's not going to carry his MacBook Pro to Sainsbury's, but he will take his iPhone. So, yeah. So basically, talking about myself and my ability to maintain a weight loss and my ability to have lost the weight in the first place, my focus has always been on anything with a S symbol. One of the things that Naomi said in Group today, which again was a good reminder to me, and I think very valuable at the start of a new year, is snacking. I try not to snack. I use my hi-fi bars to fuel my walking. For me, and this is only about me, for me, I'm better on 3 good meals a day. I don't get hungry in between. If I want to snack mid-afternoon between lunch and dinner, I know I'm bored. Then get off my backside and find a job to do, and there's always a job needs doing in this house. I know that for me, if I'm feeling a bit hungry, it's because I'm maybe thirsty. If I'm feeling a lot hungry in between two good meals, it's because I'm bored. But this is only what I've learned about myself through experience. It's not true of everybody. I can't snack today on the foods I used to snack on before I was losing weight at Slimming World and before I really got the plan. Because I was a bugger for bananas. I used to think 3 bananas a day was fine. It might be fine for other people, it's not fine for me. I used to think that packet upon packet of ham was fine. It is plan, it is free food. But for me, it just made me thirsty. And when I'm thirsty, I start to drink too much. And some people may say you can't drink too much. I can drink too much because I'm only talking about me. I know 6 to 8 glasses a day is plenty for me. I cannot drink 3 or 4 litres a day because if I start doing that, I start washing all the, what do you call them? The electrolytes and minerals out of my body, and I start to send my kidney function and stuff like that crackers. But I can only talk about my body and the minerals and the electrolytes I need because I only know my body. As I said, I only inhabit this one body and you inhabit yours.
Wow.
So I need to be careful with stuff like that. Also
sorry,
when you get to my age and you're walking 10 miles between toilets, if you've had 3 litres of water or 3 litres of anything, is too far. So go on, Joe, what did you want to add there?
Just reading the book, what I found interesting is seafood or crab sticks, aren't a pea food.
There you go. Something else we've learnt today. I don't eat them very often. I would eat them if somebody served them to me. I wouldn't buy them, but if somebody served them to me because I was gone round to their house for tea, I'd eat them because I'd say they're free on plan. But they're not a pea food, so you can't use them on SP. You might already know that. I've just learnt something new. So, yeah. This is why I need to get my CDs out and listen again to, what is speed, what is P, and don't just assume that I remember it correctly.
Neither are cockles,
Oh my God, I love cockles. What about mussels?
Yeah, they are, but not oysters.
No, I'm safe then. I don't need aphrodisiacs. What about crab meat? Because that was something I picked up in Sainsbury's. Fresh crab meat.
Yeah.
That's a pill.
Also a source of calcium.
Oh, excellent. I can afford to eat it then. I can justify paying £5 a little pot for it. See, stuff I'm learning, which is going to help me on my plan. Next subject, Joe.
That was it.
That was it for this week. Right.
Let's not squaffle on.
Let's not squaffle on
Yeah.
and make it too long a video.
Let's not squaffle on.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. Another brilliant week on plan. Another exciting week going forward on plan. I am still loving this way of life. Really loving this way of life. There was something I didn't finish there. I've just realised, talking about snacking. I cannot snack on what I used to snack on. Because for me, I used to have, I haven't eaten yet, but I used to snack on things like I'd cook a load of brown rice, then rinse it in cold water so that it stopped cooking. Then I'd keep a Tupperware of it in the fridge. Mid-afternoon or something, I'd go and get myself a dish full of rice and I'd add something to it. Like
salad cream.
Yeah, which I don't anymore.
Oh wait, no, I was talking about before.
No, but I still used to do that.
You used to be a bugger for rice and salad cream.
Yeah, I did. But I still did it when I first joined Slimming World because I used to sin the salad cream. I can't do things like that anymore because it's not a speed food. So in my plan today, I only snack on speed food. Not saying everybody else has to do that, but it's really, really helped me. Joe bringing up salad cream is another something that's helped me. My condiment cupboard is totally different today, and my fridge, the shelf in my fridge, is totally different today. If I said to Joe, tell them how much salad cream I used to put on a salad.
More cream than salad.
It used to be swimming in it because I didn't really like salad. Still don't. It's rabbit food. My salads are more interesting these days, but I don't eat a lot of salad. I'm I used to literally smother the stuff and then put some more on halfway through the meal if I started to taste the lettuce or tomato. I don't buy it anymore. I don't buy the light version. I don't buy the extra light version. I don't buy mayonnaise. I don't buy crucial sauces. I don't buy anything like that I have to sin. Now you might say I'm extreme, and that's fine. I don't mind if anybody thinks that. But I know for me today, those substances are things I use to disguise food I don't like. Today, I don't eat anything I don't really like and I don't really enjoy. I don't need to disguise it anymore. And I've found massive freedom, and I actually like the taste of what I eat today. I don't use salt anymore on my food, and Joe would tell you, well, I've told you in previous videos, it used to look like it snowed on my dinner. Because today, I love the taste of what I eat. And for me, it's been a massive saving in sins not to sin things like sauces. Now, for other people, it wouldn't be where they'd want to go. You know, plan says you can have it, you sin it. It didn't work for me. But I found what does work for me is to let it go. That's not right for everybody. Might not be right for you. But I'm only telling you again what's worked for me. And this week I've had no sauces, no salads, no dressings, because I used to like expensive Carluccio's olive oil on my salads. Never measured it. I just poured the bottle and let it go glug, glug, glug. If I can't have that, I'd rather have nothing. I can't replace it with a fat-free salad dressing from Asda that tastes like, well, I can't think of a suitable word to describe it. I don't know.
There is a fat-free vinaigrette, not vinaigrette dressing, but it's really
doesn't
nice.
work for me because for me, vinaigrette is...
No, it's not vinaigrette, it's another one.
Right.
I think it's like Hellmann's or something like that.
Oh yeah, we used to buy that in the early
really
days.
Nice, yeah.
But for me, a salad dressing made up of a really good balsamic vinegar and a really, really good extra virgin olive oil is what I like. I don't want to spend maybe 6 or 7 or 8 sins on that today. That's my choice. So I'd rather have nothing and enjoy the food in a different way. That's just the way I've evolved on this plan. It won't be the way everybody else goes because we're all different. And the beauty of this plan is we can all be different and it works. It works for us to stick to plan in our own way. As long as we follow the guidelines, there's a load of different ways of working this plan. Being on plan, losing weight. Anyway, enough's enough for one week. As Joe said, I've squaffled on enough. I'm going to go and have my breakfast. It's lunchtime. Thanks for being there. Thanks for the lovely comments I get. And next week we'll be introducing another giveaway, which will be drawn on the following week, which is actually when we will have been making YouTube videos for 1 year. And we've really enjoyed doing it, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah.
So bless you all for being there. Thank you for watching my videos, taking the time out. Have a great week. And remember, it works if you work it. It won't if you don't. Cheers.